Today we're going to talk about rebuilding this 5R. First thing to do is to remove the pressure. To remove the pressure, either depress the valve core or remove the valve core completely. On occasion, the charge will go past the IFP. Be mindful when removing the bearing that sometimes the pressure may be mixed in with the oil. Unscrew the bearing. Inside the body with the oil is a small cross tube. And every once in a while, the gold ring is a gold bumper seal proprietary to this shock will get stuck. Using a small tool, gently worry-free the seal to be able to remove the entire shaft assembly. Once it's removed, clamp the shaft underneath the bearing to remove the eyelet. Remove the bearing, remove seals. Some bearings include a wiper that's taller than the one included in the seal kit. If so, reuse the same wiper. If possible, try not to damage anything when you remove it. Reinstall the bearing without seals into the body. Remove bleed screw. This will act as your blow body, which will help remove the IFP. Remove the shaft assembly again. Replace the seal on the IFP. Make sure that it does not get twisted on the IFP, the internal floating piston. Always make sure to use a little bit of grease when reinstalling it into the shaft. Grease liberally the inside of the bearing. Install new wiper or old wiper. Seal for inside. Make sure to remove all old seals. The gold seal at one point was brand new. Fits in the small groove at the base of the bearing, acts as a bumper. Inside, on the rebound knob, is one more seal we need to replace. There's a set screw with a spring and a detent ball. One to remove. On the side, there's a set pin which will prevent the knob from coming all the way out. unscrew so that we may remove all the way. When reinstalling the O-rings, be careful not to damage any. Reinstall rebound knob. Reinstall set screws. Make sure to reset the locking set screw so that when you do adjust your knob, it doesn't come all the way out. When bleeding the 5R, the rebound knob needs to be out all the way. If not, if it's in all the way, you will not have the proper ratio of oil in the shock. Once we've replaced all the seals, we want to reclamp the shaft in the vise to reinstall bearing and eyelet. Using a bullet tool, which allows the seals to slide over the flange of the shaft, we install the bearing. Using a small amount of blue Loctite, to ensure that the shaft assembly to the eyelet does not come loose while riding, we reinstall the eyelet with a new seal. Using the flats, we make it tight. We now have the assembled assembly. Reinstall valve core, or if you do not remove the valve core, we are going to pressurize with approximately 50 psi inside the shaft to drop the IFP all the way down so that when we put the tube together, we have the proper amount of oil and air. Place the body in the vise again. Fill with oil to the bottom thread located here. Reassemble your shock. Avoid pressing down on the shaft. This will cause extra oil to come out. We need as much oil inside to assure proper oil level. Any excess oil that needs to be bled out will be bled through the bleed screw. Unscrew the bleed screw about halfway. Make sure that no air bubbles come out. If air bubbles do come out, make sure they've stopped. Reinsert screw. Be careful not to pinch the O-ring around the outside seal. Make sure it seats back in all the way without resistance. We've successfully replaced all of the seals inside this 5R. Inflate to 150 psi or the recommended pressure for the rider weight. Reinstall on the bike and ride and have fun.